Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of FPL Dosti. We are again here with Atanu, the guy with the messy back image, and the other guy is Abhay, our FPL topper. And give us a big round of applause because this is still our second episode and we are still out of testing mode. But let's go ahead and try to see कि हम लोगों ने अपने FPL में कैसा किया. Last game week 7 it was, right? Yes. So, Abel, let's start with you. How did you do in your game week 7 and what worked for you and what transfer you made?
7 was a okay week for me, and
Okay. Okay. First, tell me your points.
74.
74 was the okay week for him.
Or the transfer which I made was Embo to Bowen, and reason being कि Embo कुछ recent time से I think he has been like a superstar pick for us, like starting say the only goal threat or like the biggest goal threat from Brentford, he and Visa. And Patanov ने famously he said कि Brentford का गोल पड़ेगा तो एम्बे को या तो गोल होगा या assist होगा. So he has worked out pretty good for us so far. But since last 2 or 3 weeks, I think Embu hasn't given a good overall score. And on the same side, West Ham say Gerard Bowen and James Ward-Prowse were like scoring a goal or assists in every match. So that's why I thought to mix things up a bit and went from Embu to Bowen. I was also potentially like thinking of maybe just rolling a transfer because Embu fixture wasn't too bad. So maybe he could have scored, but this sort of worked in the favor. And yeah, that's it so far. And luckily, I had Watkins, who got a 23 pointer and saved me a bit in the end. Wish I had captained him or at least captained Son. Yeah.
Okay. Go for it, Dano.
So it was not so much of a good week for me. Only Son and Morris and Trippier returned, and Morris was my transfer. I got finally got rid of Jackson because he was on yellow, and I thought of taking a punt on Morris because he had a double game week, and which kind of worked for me, I think. But I probably should have captained him to get a better points. But yeah, rest of the team all blanked, and now I am in a much worse place. So I don't know what to do. But yeah, so
But you got Morris, so you think it was a good transfer considering even if he gave like one goal and one blank out of two in double game week, now you have to get rid of him, right? You cannot keep him in your team.
so looking at the injuries and everything, and the price changes, and people on my team were not performing, I knew that my wild card is very near anyway. So I thought of taking that punt and see to get sort of a good jump
So
So
you
you
in
thought
thought
for
for
this
this.
point.
wildcard?
I think so. I am very close to a wild card this week or maybe next week or maybe. So in the next 3-4 games, I think I'll be forced to take the wild card.
Okay.
Maybe we should have some effects like a big red screen going and confetti going when someone says going to take a wild card.
Yeah, will work out good.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll write this on points to consider. Big confetti with wildcard for our next episode. Anyway, going forward, so yeah, my team looks like it is team that is playing out of hospital because I have four injuries. Three of them are red injuries. One is yellow, and but yeah, my game week was completely saved by this one guy, White, who no one I
Yeah.
guess had, and he came from bench because Botman was injured. He didn't play, and because Botman was injured and he didn't play, I kind of knew that there might be risk in that. So I bought in Trippier, which against I think Chilwell, I bought him, and no, sorry, against Pinep I bought him, I guess. Yeah. So and that worked out for me as well because Trippier gave a good return, and White, of course, I had him and he gave a good return. Apart from that, no one worked in my team. Like everyone had Saka and Alvarez, so no biggie in that. He saved my game week in that sense that I didn't see a big red mark, and I could maintain my same league position in my mini league. But apart from that, this guy again gained like 14 points on me. Abhay. So yeah, not too good on
But
that front.
but you have
But okay,
sounds Ben White
moving
coming
ahead,
in.
taking a discussion forward. So what are the transfers you are considering, Abhay? Considering you from past two game weeks, you have been making some superb transfers, and the other transfer you didn't make are the people you are keeping in your team, at least because I took out Watkins, and the people you are keeping in your team are like they're doing wonders. So what are you making? Because we're gonna listen to this one really closely.
So before sharing my transfer plans, one stark contrast which Abhishek had in his team last week was like for us, or like for most of us, Botman was substituted with Estupian with a lovely -2, and whereas for him, he got Botman substituted with Ben White,
Nice.
a 14 pointer.
Yeah, I would have been done. Just anyway, my season is almost getting over because I was a bit of a lead of 20 points. Else it would have been like 35 points, and yeah, no turning back.
35 points is a really big mountain to climb after game week 7 only.
Yeah, against you it is. Against me it is not.
Cool. So, for sharing my transfer plan, so I think there are a lot of fun with flags in currently in all our teams. Like for example, the defense is like the area where I have to make a transfer. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to make at least one transfer because Estupian and Botman both are out, and the other defender, fifth defender in my is Baldock, which is also out. So I'm thinking of going from either Botman. I'm even like a bit confused between whether should I drop Botman or Estupian. Reason being is that Botman, although he's injured till 21st October, I think it's shown as a return date. But with Estupian, I'm not like 100% sure whether he like needs to stay in our teams because of Brighton's current form and currently like how they're playing in Europe. Like they like have gone like massive team changes on the Premier League side. So a bit confused whether I need to replace one or two of them because uh, and the player which I would be targeting is like some attacking player. Like Liverpool have a very good fixture done, so maybe Trent or maybe going for someone from Aston Villa, like Matty Cash or someone. So that is one plan which I have. And other thing is like I don't want to like miss on the red hot form of Tottenham Hotspurs. Like Madison looks really interesting and to me because he's like he and Son are basically involved in everything which Spurs are creating. So maybe I can go from Bruno to Madison as well. So I'm thinking of making at least one or two transfer and -4 or potentially -8 could be on the cards to make it a bit risky. Yeah. Over to you, Abhishek.
I think Atanu, can you go and talk about
Um,
it?
so yeah, I have the same red flags as Abhay. Estupinan and Botman both are out, but I don't intend to keep either of them because both are out long term. And even though they are good assets, I don't think we can cash in on the opportunity and get better players who have a better fixture and who are available at the moment. Having said that, there's also an international break coming up just after this game week, so I might consider that before getting rid of both of them. The only problem is that they're falling in prices and probably they'll soon keep dropping until they are back. So have to,
Yeah.
so there are a lot of factors that we need to count on before making the changes. Another red flag in my, he's not a red flag, but in sense of injury, but he's a red flag in sense of performance is Sterling. I don't want any Chelsea asset in my team, at least for the next 5 to 10 game weeks. They're horrible, and I don't see anything changing at the moment. So yeah, I need to get rid of him as well. So transfers are piling up for me. It's either -4, -8, or I might decide to take a wild card, but I don't think I have enough time left to now go on and decide to take the wild card, because I'm not quite sure if I have enough time tinkering with my team to get the best wild card. Otherwise, I'll just, if I then decide to take a wild card at the moment, I'll probably have to go to Twitter and go check the best wild card teams and probably have to decide on that. So I'm yet to decide what we can do. But yeah, mostly my primary would be to get rid of Estupiñán or Botman because of the falling prices.
But looking at your team for this game week, Atanu,
Yep.
Morris has Spurs, which I don't think. I think you can keep down for that game. But apart from that, maybe you can transfer him out. But Trippier is fine for this game week. Saliba also can. Madison is a good player for this game week. Bernardo has a decent fixture. Mbuemo is not too bad for the fixture wise. Son is a good fixture. Sterling has a good fixture actually. Burnley. Haaland, is always everyone has in his team. So probably Morris and either of Estupiñán or Botman. So you need two transfers basically for this game week, not more than this, right? Yeah. So I mean, Estu anyway, I think people are taking out. Botman is a good overall better asset to have in your team. I mean, if you don't wild card him out, so.
The problem is that they don't have. I mean, I can set a team here, but the problem is I have not had a good start this season, and I am only lagging behind. I'm going away, farther away from the first position nominally. So I have to do something. I have to bring in some differential or play some attacking move at least cover that point gap between us. So even though the team on page looks average, and we have seen this in the previous game weeks, that even when it has looked better, it has not performed better. So when it looks average, I'm not quite sure how it's going to perform.
Yeah.
So that's caring for me, and I would probably have to take some. I'll probably punt on some differential if I'm not wild carding for the next 2-3 weeks, so that I can at least cover that point gap between us. What about you?
So do you have any ideas, Atanu, of what defenders like you will consider?
So I already have Trippier, so I don't think I can fit Trent in there. And even if I do, I'm not quite sure on Trent. Another would be to remove Botman and just get another Newcastle defense, who is probably Burn, Share, or any one of them. We saw how wonderfully they performed against PSG this midweek in the Champions League. I think mostly I'll if I'm getting rid of Botman, I think I'll get Newcastle defense versus that seems like to be the logical move at the moment.
Yeah. I had to make an early transfer because Estupiñán was falling in price, and so I took him out and I got Kodogi. And apart from that, Saka injury was happening, and I thought Saka will not play. Son prices was going up, Saka was falling down. So again, I would have taken my minus of 0.2 hit, 0.2 million hit. So I had to take out Saka for Son, just because I wanted Son of this, good run of fixtures, and everyone has him practically. So I thought, okay, let's. Yeah.
So you took out Saka for Son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did not know that he would be able to play this game against Man City, and the way he hobbled off against in the midweek game, I thought probably he's done for at least few good amount of game weeks. But yeah, he looks like he's a fit boy. So he'll be back again. But yeah, his run of fixtures was not like something I wanted to. Had I known that he's fit, I probably wouldn't have taken him out. But now I've taken him out. I don't feel I've made a bad decision considering I'm replacing him with Son. It's like that. And apart from that, yeah, Udogi is a good transfer. I feel Udogi versus Poro, that was in contention. I thought every line matters. So just why not say point two and just got Udogi because Poro also has pretty much the same statistics, same amount of points as Udogi. It's just that Poro is more of a crossing guy who's just putting a lot of crosses into the boxes, and Udogi is a guy who's running in and giving a lot of through balls and that kind of a guy. So doesn't exactly tells you who's gonna be more of a better play going forward. So far, they have been pretty much good. I feel Udogi is just a little bit more prone to yellow cards, but that is also because he makes a lot more tackles, which is I think he's gonna accumulate a lot bonus points as well. Even left fixture if they're like just doing well. So yeah, but again tomorrow it can just go completely wrong. Poro can tear it up against those easy fixtures, and I can easily regret my decision. But yeah, apart from that, my team is not too good. I also am in a similar dilemma like Atanu. I also feel like wild card is near around the corner. It's just a matter of when. I felt probably I need to see more of these fixtures, more of these teams, how well they are doing to actually make a concrete decision upon few players. Like, do I need to take out Alvarez 100%? I don't know that. How well this guy Holund is doing. He is scoring for fun in Champions League games, but when it comes to Premier League games, he's just shitting his bed. He's getting good amount of chances, like Jackson was getting, but he's not able to just finish his dinner. So I don't know. I thought, okay, Brentford home, not a bad fixture to game. So I thought, okay, let's just give him. Anyway, I had to take my eyes for this game, so I couldn't make any more transfer. So yeah, so far team is not too good for this game or the next game if I don't wildcard. And if I don't wildcard right now, then I don't see the point of wildcarding going ahead in
Exactly. That's
yeah.
one dilemma for me as well because the price changes are happening very rapidly because of the injuries and everything. So we might not. Most of the people are planning to wildcard in game week 10. So we might not get the best players or the players that we want in our team because we would not be able to fit in all of them into our budget. So that is also one factor which is that asking me to probably consider the wild card sooner.
Yeah, and one thing is wild card people on wild card. Let's say like they have definitely have Salah because he's gonna get good fixtures, and I'm still not convinced if Salah is must to have in your team. Can other players cover for him? Like we were discussing last week, Abhay was putting this point, and I still want to see more from this guy. Like because this guy has good fixtures still, and Alvarez is in red hot form. So this Holun Alvarez. So I need to see a bit of more of them so that I can take a concrete decision. So this game week probably would be a game week which will convince me if I want to keep these guys or not.
So go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so just finishing up on that thought that like I feel 3 game weeks would have been given to Holun and Alvarez would have done with his more of tougher fixtures already and good run of fixtures around the corner for him as well. Son already I got, Udogi I already got. Probably I throw in one of this guy Matty Cash and Diaby in, and then probably my team is again ready for next run of fixtures which are going to come. Barring Salah. For Salah, I have to do a lot many things. So yeah, let's see if I really need to take out Mbuemo, Alvarez, Holun, Fernandez this game week or not. This is the fixture. This is the game week that's going to tell me a lot about these days.
So just extrapolating that note, do you guys think is it time now to finally bet against Hull? I'm not considering taking him out of the team, that will be preposterous. But do you think maybe having Salah, Son gives us enough captaincy options, and which is why people are considering Salah going in the card draw? Because if you look at the screen that I'm sharing, Man City in the next 7 game weeks, Man City play Arsenal, Brighton, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Um, we have all obviously seen Haaland do well against tougher teams as well. But this season hasn't been as he was in the previous season, and also his price. If you get rid of Haaland, you can probably get everyone you want in your team. So do you guys think it is time to say goodbye to the
Hmm. So, Abhi, you wanna go first?
Yeah, no, you can go first, Abhishek.
So, two statistics that would be of relevance here. One thing is Haaland did not have good score even when his last season was amazing against the top six clubs and away stadiums like Emirates, Anfield, Old Trafford, and all of that. He didn't have good performances there, and he never accumulated good amount of points there. Considering that is also the same case in this season, and where he is not in that good form, then two Arsenal away and Manchester United away are the two fixtures like Gameweek 8 and Gameweek 10. Apart from that, he has Chelsea away as well, but we know Chelsea is not that good. Liverpool is home. Spurs is home after that. So he always perform at home. He is always performing well against those teams. So this is of interest that okay, for if you want to avoid him for coming 3 game weeks, 4 game weeks, maximum 5 game weeks, then that is fine. But after that, I still feel he will be very much needed. He much very much will be required in your team. Now, for removing him because he's 14 million, it's not like you're gonna just take him out and in one shot. Basically, most people are gonna do is take Salah in right away, and so it's just two easy transfers. But I still feel probably just because these guys didn't have enough firepower missing, they have a lot of firepower missing currently. Man City, he would still be stepping up and giving some good points. Keeping him in captaincy, maybe not. Maybe we have better captaincy options in Son, and even some people who have Salah. Yes, definitely Salah as well. Maybe not captaincy, but taking him out of the team is again would be I think not too good of a decision. Personally. Yeah, man.
I agree with everything what you said, Abhishek, and my point is also basically along the same lines. So Haaland, maybe he gets blanks against Arsenal, or maybe gets a goal or something. But the fixture against Brighton and the fixture against Manchester United, those fixtures are something which you don't want your other mates to have Haaland, because he has a potential of getting a 15 to 20 pointer quite frequently, or maybe in every run of 5 to 10 games, he's going to get that score what Watkins got. So that is something, and with his ownership so high, of like such a high ownership, having Haaland out of your team during the match where he gets that big haul can really bite us back in the behind. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it will be really hard to get Haaland in. Probably you'll need two transfers. You'll like need, because that's like a swap from Salah to Haaland, and then making a one bid transfer in a like someone in forward as well. So it would also be a little tricky to get him in. But yeah, definitely this spices up a bit of options when we have like captaincy decisions, like having Son a captain over here, then again changing it to Haaland when it's against Manchester United, because I think that's going to be a really a goal fest at least. And that happened even the last time. Like I think there was a hat trick wherein Haaland scored a hat trick or Phil Foden scored a hat trick. So yeah.
True. I think as much as I love Salah as a player, Haaland as a player, and as an FPL assert, I think having at least the doubts of the seeds of doubt within FPL players. I think today morning, no Haaland was trending on Twitter. So I'm happy that at least people are starting to doubt the captaincy, because this opens up the game a lot. We are moving up from the boring same captain every game out. So
I
I'm very
agree.
happy that people have started to think of other options as captaincy, if not getting rid of him completely.
Okay. So segueing from that topic into the captaincy option topic. So what are your captaincy choices for this game week? Abhay?
So captaincy wise, so the fixture, let me just get the fixtures for me. So I think it's going to be, sorry, just a second, guys. So probably I'm thinking someone from Tottenham Hotspurs, like Son or Madison, fixture against Luton Town. But
Hmm.
Luton Town haven't like conceded big amount of goals this season, right? So far.
Especially at home, they are a little better than
Yeah.
away.
So and Newcastle I think is playing West Ham, which is won't be a good option. So
So you
maybe
consider
I'll stick.
Haaland.
Maybe I'll stick to Haaland because I'm a really big fan of his. So I think it's really like a bit of a dilemma. I don't know what the right answer is, but this is what the fun it's going to be.
If you have to make one transfer, let's say today, right now is the deadline. What transfer are you making? What captaincy option you're keeping right now?
So if I'll make a transfer, it's going to be probably
Not
Botman to Cash, Bruno to
and
Madison, and then considering which one I would probably captain, then it would be Heung-min Son, I think,
okay.
for me.
So are you not considering captaining Watkins after his haul, because he has a good fixture?
He has
Yeah.
Wolves away. Manchester City had the same very good fixture.
That's true.
And Aston Villa, I saw the game of Aston Villa in the, I think, Conference League yesterday. So they scored a very late goal in the 90 plus minutes. So I'm not sure, like, to be honest, how maybe Watkins Hall was like a one-off thing, because so far he has like in his first three or four fixture it was like a 5 pointer, then moved to a 9 pointer before last week, and then I think massive 20 plus pointer haul. But I'll probably go for someone a safer option, like who I've seen like is playing really well, and that's why it's probably going to be someone like Heung-min Son for me.
Hmm. Atanu, what are your transfers and your like final transfer if you're making one right now, and your captaincy choice?
So I'd either go for Botman to Burn. Um, Morris, I think I'll keep him because he can score an odd goal away. Uh, I'd probably I'm definitely making two transfers. I'll choose between the second transfer, whether or not to get rid of Sterling, who is obviously available, but they are poor in form, or to get rid of Stupina, who is falling in price. If basically I today night, if I see the price changes happening for Stupina, and if he is falling in price, I'll probably get rid of him and go for cash maybe. Captaincy, I think, yeah, I agree with Abhay. I think it'll be Son this week.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I already made my transfer, so I don't have to pretend. I did. So yeah, I did Saka to Son, and I did
But Saka
Stu
is playing
to.
this match, right?
Yeah, yeah, I did not know that he will play, and that's why I did an early transfer because Saka price was falling and Son price was going up. So I thought, okay, I just do an early transfer. So, but yeah, as I said, probably if I haven't done this transfer, I wouldn't be saying that okay, now I have to make a transfer to Son. If now I made a transfer, I'm still in a good spot that okay, I have Son because I really thinking he was someone who was really necessary for my team. And Yeah, so captaincy option again, I would keep give it to Son for this game week, just to see, because Haaland is a tougher fixture. But again, very well it can happen. Like Haaland can go on and score one and assist another, and then we are back to this square one. Like, okay, what to keep, who to keep in captaincy next game week. But yeah,
Also,
uh, go
also,
on.
do you guys think that Haaland's points threat has gone down because of Alvarez, because he's so good both in creating and finishing? He is obviously a striker. We all saw how he did with Argentina in the World Cup. So is it the reason because when KDB was playing, his main aim was to create for Haaland, and with Alvarez that changes a little because he can score as well as create. So do you think that is one of the reason why Haaland is lagging behind in points this season?
Uh, yeah, I think one of the reason of why Holland is not returning as well as previous season is one thing KDB injury. Definitely, other thing is of course Alvarez eating half of those chances, and apart from that, I think I think it doesn't really matter to Pep as a team that whoever is scoring goals and all that. But soon we will see if they are really serious. I think they are very serious for four-peat. Man City, they really want to win the Premier League for the fourth time, and if they have to, you know, prioritize one trophy over others, then it has to be Premier League for them over Champions League because they already won that. So if they are going to focus that, then I expect to see the best of Haaland in coming game weeks. Hmm. Okay. If let me see what all topics did we had apart from this. Give me a second, guys.
I think on FPL we have covered most of it.
Yeah, I think most of the points are done on FPL. Okay, let's jump to our other discussion, and that is the big matches review. Okay, first start with previous week's predictions, the one we made. Okay, so pretty much we all made a very bad job of predicting games, all of us. But Adanu was the guy who was little bit better than both of others, and so yeah, according to the score, we will show you guys the scoring on everything on Excel from the next game week onwards. But Atanu is on 2 points. Abhay and Abhishek both are on 1 points because he predicted the correct outcome for Spurs, and the other game week was Bournemouth Arsenal.
Because I knew VAR was going to screw things up.
Yeah. But okay, what do you guys think about? Sorry to bring this up, but what do you guys think about like Klopp talking about replay? Yeah, and the kind of reaction it is especially getting from the footballing community.
I think having replays, it would be definitely very good to get out the human error factor from the sports, and everything should be fair and good. But that is not what I think any sport is, or any major tournament is. It's like there are going to be some very harsh decisions you're going to regret for maybe for 15, 20 years, that keeps up coming to your mind. Like for example, for me, it was the red card given to Nani versus Real Madrid, I think more than decade back. So, but I think that is like part and parcel of the game which we love.
Hmm. Okay. Adanu, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree. Replaying is a bit harsh. If there is one rule that has been already set up before the season begins, I probably that can be looked upon it, because this is not something that happens every game. This was an error. Probably the first time after VAR is that the referee doesn't even know what the on-field decision was. So it's very rare. And talking about errors, being a Barca fan for about 14, 15 years now, I'm very used to it. If you see La Liga games against Barcelona, you will be pretty much used to it. So I don't see it that way. If we were to replay, then Barca will have to play more than 20 games replaying every season. So that's not really a good thing. But yeah, your point is more important in this, Abhishek, because you're the full fan among us.
And also,
Yeah.
um, I think this like probably comment of referee to Klopp or as a fan to as a, like a non-fan or like as a football Liverpool neutral fan or like as a United fan to Klopp will be थोड़ा adjust कर लीजिए होता है.
Same here.
So looking at the reaction and everything on the Twitter, I saw. I think pretty much 95% of the people have not even seen the press conference that he gave. They just picked up one line, which everyone has said that Klopp wants a replay. So pretty much what he said, I have looked at his whole press conference. What he has said is, I think replay makes the most sense to do that, but I don't think it's gonna happen because then this opens the argument for that everyone wants a replay. That we want this, but something of this unprecedented has also not happened before. When we are saying something of this unprecedented, what he means is, see, in a match, a referee can give a decision whatever he thinks is right. We can agree with that decision or not. That is another matter. And that happens in every game. That we think this is a free kick, not a free kick, this is a penalty, not a penalty, soft penalty, or whatever. But that referee thinks that this is the right decision. Okay. But this is the first time that has happened after the introduction of VAR, where referee also feel that okay, no, we have made a mistake in giving this because we made a blunder in understanding what was the onside decision. So there is a clear breakdown of communication. It's not like referee thinks this was an offside, but it was a clear onside, right? So that's what he's talking about. This is so unprecedented in that it makes sense to do a replay, but of course it's not going to happen. So I think, but the way footballing community is reacting, like we want a replay of everything, because everywhere where whatever the referee has given decision, we just agree with it. Some way or another, we think okay, that's how everything. 10 decisions, 5 will get in my favor, 5 will not get in my favor. That's okay. So yeah, of course, replay doesn't make sense because uh, that's not something I think would be fair on Spurs because they did not know, they had no bad role to play in this. They were just playing their own football and they shouldn't be, punished for this. But yeah, I don't think he was even asking for a replay. He was just saying it's my opinion, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Earlier this year, not earlier this year, earlier, I think in the first game week when Manchester United played against Wolves, Manchester United got a favorable decision in which like Onana knocked down a defender,
Hmm.
and it went for a VAR check, and VAR didn't give a penalty. But I think the next day we got like a statement released from the association saying like it was like a wrong decision in hindsight. So do you think
Hmm.
like even after VAR, why are these decisions still going wrong? Are these like not things which are defined correctly, or are there like still gray lines in what is to be treated as a foul, leading to a lot of interpretations?
I feel one thing that is definitely going wrong in football is that they are valuing too much of the continuity of the game over the decision of the game. Decision that the referee is giving. What when I say this, what I mean is that they want to quickly check it and get it done with, and to keep the continuity of the game going on, rather than actually giving few extra minutes to get to the right conclusion and then going on and analyze it. Because when they got quickly in the state, they just want to check the rule. Oh no, rule said that once we have given a decision, we cannot go back and tell them to stop the game and give it a goal back again. So they are not doing that because they are just too much of a pain in the ass for following the rule that they are not seeing that how much of this thing is. They are just sticking to the rule for whatever reason they are doing that. And then in the hindsight, of course, when they will look at more slowly, they will look at more differently, then they will say, this was a wrong decision, all of that. But had you had hindsight is nothing but lot amount of time. If you had that, not lot of amount of time, but if you had given extra amount of time a little bit, probably these decisions can be improved a little bit more. With extra set of eyes, with extra set of recommendations. And I listened to this VAR audio, and pretty much the assistant VAR, he was not part of the decision making, but the other guy also stopped this guy, like the replay guy, replay operator. He said like, hey, this decision is wrong, can you stop the game, can you delay the game? He said no, I cannot do anything. They are just sticking too much to the rules over, because rules cannot define every situation. There will always be a situation which is outside of the rules. In that case, common sense has to prevail over the rules. Rules are to make your common sense judgment take lesser amount of time. That's why we make rules in place. But if your common sense is getting, what do you say? If it's not common sense, those rules are not going to make trampling over the common sense. Then there's no point of such rule. It's like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
I think only problem with football is that football, unlike cricket where we see the decision go to the third umpire or the umpires, and the captains having two reviews. Is that cricket is stopping after every ball, but football keeps on building. For example, we might see in the penalty area a red card tackle by a defender. But later on, we check the VAR and see that the striker was offside. But the tackle was there, right? But the red card would be overturned just because he was offside. So
Offside, yeah.
football keeps building on. So since I think from being the devil's advocate here, since the game had went on for like 5-10 minutes, he would then have to basically overturn everything that had happened after he said that this was not an offside. So probably that was one of the reason why he said that no, what's happened is happens. Let's keep going because the game keeps building. So you have to go back for even further to make sure that it.
But don't you think we should, if such is the case, don't you think there should be a panel, like VAR is a panel? Okay. There is a panel who's an alternative review of referee's decision, who's constantly looking these things and he's saying, okay, no, this is big enough. This is actually a bigger decision. We should stop the game right now. Maybe after 30 seconds, they can always give us this decision. You can always communicate this to the referee after 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds, we know game is not going to change too much. But 30 seconds, they can always say, no, stop the game. Give us 30-40 seconds extra and let's come to this decision if we want to keep, give this offside, or if we want to give this a red card. Even if it is offside, doesn't matter. This is a red card decision. The tackle, he went in flying, he has the intention to hurt him. Doesn't matter. So, because I remember this thing, when Van Dijk got injured by Jordan Pickford, it was offside on Van Dijk. But Jordan Pickford went in flying, and he actually destroyed his ACL. Van Dijk, and Van Dijk was out for 6-7 months because it was an offside. He didn't get a red card, and Liverpool's season was done. Because Van Dijk was the best player for us during past two seasons. So.
I think it also might be a good idea, like when we heard the commentary between the operators and the VAR assistants, we knew what was going on, right? If like for example, if you've again referring back to cricket, if you've seen how decisions are taken in cricket, the audio is ongoing in the ground, so everyone can listen to between the conversation between the on-field umpire and the TV umpire. So if football is done in that way, then through the audience reaction or maybe reaction of the players, the assistants, the VAR assistants would know what's going on. So probably this thing would not happen.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because introducing a lot of accountability makes us like people really like
Alert.
because alert and very like they will focus on getting the decisions correct. And even I think it's maybe a bit of a segue from the topic. They didn't even see the Cricket World Cup third umpire decision which are doing correctly. It's very fast. Like today I noticed it was a stumping call. And like earlier, if you used to remember, they were the third umpire used to like ask for a lot of angles. You know, can we switch on to this angle? Now you can switch to ultra edge. Now you can switch to
Hmm.
this. And right now, the third umpire decisions are really made really quick. Like just one or two angles. If it is clear, don't need to just check a lot of more other angles. Just get on the decision with resume the game.
And before the review even begins, he has already checked for the no balls. So he keeps saying that I've already checked this. Let's begin with
Yeah,
that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
exactly.
really getting better in cricket, and I'm sure football is not far away from this.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, good discussion, guys. Let's continue with the topics. So one of the big topics for the weekend is a big match between Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal has a very good opportunity to show their title contention, and it's at their home ground. Rice was injured, he's back. Saka was injured, he's back. I don't know, Saliba is injured or still injured or is still playing, but he's, I think, also back. So they have pretty much all the the main guys back. Man City on the other side, Bernardo Silva is back. KDB is still injured, but they are still good without him. They don't need him. So what do you guys make of this match, and what are your views on it? And give us your prediction at the end of it also.
Why don't we go with Athanu,
Yeah, then let's start with you.
the oracle of football?
I think it's obviously a good time for Arsenal to start clicking, and because this is probably the best they can get without KDB, and but Man City being Man City, I know what damage they can do, and being the catch genius, he'll always have something up his sleeve. Um, but I think this game is going to be a draw for me, and I'm probably guessing Tottenham to go up to top place this week. I'm really loving Tottenham this season, and backing them up. But
Hmm.
yeah, let's see.
So what's your prediction?
Um, 2-2.
2-2. Okay. Abe?
Arsenal versus Manchester City. So, very tough match to call out, to be honest. Arsenal are playing really good football. Like, I think although I was saying that I just saw them only just one or two of their game against Manchester. I remember was the first one, but and I think in the recent fixtures, Manchester City, like barring the Community Shield match, Manchester City have gotten the better of Arsenal, but I think this one is like going to be probably I'm thinking in favor of Arsenal, who have like a lot of good momentum going on. But on the same side, I think injury problem wise, I think Saka like he has always played in the team. Rice is like is he going to start or is it like more of like a subbed on?
I think I think it's fit enough to start.
Okay, so I think I'll probably go for 2-1 to Arsenal.
Okay, big call. 2-1. Uh, yeah. So what I think is, I think it's gonna be a pretty fairly even match because Man City would want to come out of back of their Man City loss. Sorry, Wolves loss. They lost last weekend, and then they won this week against Leipzig in Champions League. Arsenal won last weekend and they lost midweek. So they must both be raring to go, and to because the way these big managers work and they really good managers work, if there is a one loss, then you want to compensate for it. You want to really go and show out that you really deserve to be in this position and you really deserve to be in title contention. So pretty going to be a very match full of goals and end to end kind of match. So probably I think it's gonna be a draw as well. I'll just go with 1-1. And if Man City wins, then no one's getting any points. Okay, so apart from Arsenal City, the other one is Liverpool, Brighton Liverpool. So Brighton home versus Liverpool. Yep. Atanu, let's start with you.
Sorry, my headphone is acting up. Sorry, I didn't get your question, Abhishek.
Yeah, Atanu, we are talking about Brighton Liverpool.
Question,
Yeah,
Abhishek.
Atanu, we are talking about match and what do you think?
Um, Brighton looks to be on a
Brighton
downward
looks to be
spiral at
on
the
a downward
moment.
spiral at the moment.
They're not
They're not
the
the
same.
same.
So this is
This is
probably what
probably what
happens
happens
when a
when a
new
new
manager
manager
comes in
comes
and
in and
they
they
have
have
all the
all the
good
good
players and
players
the
and the
momentum is
momentum
up.
is up.
They
They
can
can
beat
beat
any
any
team
team
that
that
comes
comes
their
their
way.
way.
But
But
we have
we have
seen
seen
this
this
with teams
teams
like
like
Brighton
Brighton
that
that
once they
once they
start,
start,
once
once
there's
there's
a
a
hit
hit
on
on
their
their
upward momentum
or
or their
their
mentality,
mentality,
it
it
all
all
goes
goes
downward
downward
from
from
there
there
until
until
there's
there's
uh, something
something
sort of a
sort of a
miracle
miracle
that changes
changes
things
things
back.
back.
I've
I've
seen
seen
this with
this with
Barcelona
Barcelona
as well.
as well.
We have
We have
not
not
been
been
doing well
doing
in
well
the
in
Champions
Champions
League
League
in the
in the
last
last
two
two
seasons,
seasons, and
so
so
it's
it's
all
all
about
about
the
the
mentality
mentality
of
of
the
the
players.
players.
And
And
right now
right now
it's
it's
not
not
looking
looking
good
good
for
for
Brighton.
Brighton.
So
So
um,
um,
and
and
on the
on the
contrary,
contrary,
Liverpool has
Liverpool
been
has been
playing
playing
really
really
good
good
now.
now.
Everyone
Everyone
sort of
sort of
dismissed
dismissed
Liverpool at
Liverpool
the
at the
start of
start
this
of this
season,
season,
saying
saying
that
that
probably
probably
following up
following up
with
with
last
last
season
season
that
that
they're
they're
not
not
as
as
good
good
as
as
City
City
or
or
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
and
and
they'll Klopp will
Klopp will
not be
not be
able
able
to
to
keep up
keep up
with the
with the
tactical
tactical
geniuses of
geniuses of
Arteta and
Arteta and
Pep.
Pep.
But
But
we
we
have
have
seen
seen
this
this
that
that
Liverpool
Liverpool
has
has
been
been
growing
growing
exponentially well
exponentially well
in
in
the
the
past
past
few
few
weeks,
weeks.
and I
And I
think
think
Liverpool
Liverpool
is going
is
to
going to
take the
take
win
the win
home.
home.
And
And
I'm
I'm
guessing a
guessing a
3-1
3-1
for
for
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Okay, Abe.
So it's like it's really like Brighton has been like one of our like like favorite teams so far in this season, and I think now we are like switching our sides to Tottenham Hotspurs. But Brighton last 5 matches, they have like done really poor defensively, like conceded 13 goals in the last 5 matches, conceding three against AEK Athens, six against Aston Villa, losing against Chelsea. I think is where I draw my line. Like you can't do that. So and I saw the game against I think Martial. It was yesterday or day before yesterday, wherein like they did a good comeback in the second half. A lot of inspired. They were like playing very direct from Mitoma, dribbling in, trying to make attempts, trying to get something in the game. I feel they had like a lot of momentum going in the second half, trying to get something of like a win, but didn't work. But I think Brighton against Liverpool is like the game which I happened earlier. Like Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur was like a pure attacking game. There is like whoever scores the most is basically going to win the match. There are bound to be a lot of goals conceded, mistakes happening, and I think the same is going to be against like Liverpool, Brighton against Liverpool, and I would like thinking this match could go in the favor of Liverpool eventually. But I'm guessing something like 4-2 or 4-1 in favor of Liverpool. This one.
Which one? 4-2 or 4-1?
Mm, 4-2.
Also, I
Also,
think
I think
in
in
absence of
absence of
Estupina and
Estupina and
Salah will
Salah
be
will
up
be up
against
against
Lamptey,
Lamptey,
which is
which is
not a
not a
fair
fair
fight.
fight.
So I
So I
think
think
Salah
Salah
is
is
Lamptey
good.
is very good, bro. I'm telling you, Lamptey is very good, and Lamptey will be up against Joe Gomez, which is not a fair fight. I'm telling you. And I have seen that kid. It's just that he is very unfortunate in terms of injury. But I like that kid. He has shown like he's very electric in his the way he works. But let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Coming to this topic, like I feel one habit I've seen from Brighton is they always step up when it's a very big team. Okay, against Manchester United last season, they have beaten United I think 3 times. Against Chelsea, they have got points. Against Spurs, they have got points. Against Liverpool, they got points. They beat Liverpool also last season. And if we are looking at the fixture, just Liverpool versus Brighton. Let me just look at the results so far. History. Yeah, so last match was FA Cup match. Brighton versus Liverpool, where Brighton home. Liverpool they lost 2-1. Liverpool lost 2-1 basically. Before that, Premier League match, Brighton versus Liverpool, Brighton won 3-0. Before that, Liverpool versus Brighton, Liverpool home 3-3. Brighton versus Liverpool. So past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Past 7 matches in all competition, Liverpool has just won once. Okay. So I have seen this thing, and I'm pretty sure this is not just the record of Liverpool versus Liverpool Brighton. Same kind of record would exist for Manchester United. Similar lines would be there against Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, and whatnot. So they step it up, and especially when they got a draw when they were losing 2-0 against Marseille in midweek. I'm pretty sure that would have given them a lot of confidence to come back, and especially you carry that kind of confidence. So as a Liverpool fan, I'm very scared for this match. Not probably as scared as I was for Spurs match, uh, but I feel like there could be an uptown, upside thing in this, and something can happen. So I'm giving this 2-3 to Liverpool just because I'm a Liverpool fan. Had I been a neutral, probably I would have gone for draw 2. Just telling you that how much of I rate Brighton against bigger teams. Yeah. So going on to our next topic, let's talk about. What did you guys
Talk
think?
about Manchester United versus Brentford.
Oh, that's not a big match.
Two
That's
mid-table
right.
teams struggling out. But on this Manchester United versus Brentford match, something interesting which I'll mention in the last season. I think like my personal opinion was like against that match was probably when Eric Ten Hag decided he wants to replace David De Gea with some of a sweeper keeper or like someone who like handles football better on his legs, good with passes. Because in that match, if you ever see the highlights of that, going back, Brentford had basically pressed up so high, choked up David De Gea's passes to Harry Maguire, a defender, and United made a lot of mistakes. And it was like 3 or 4 goals, I think, scored within the first 30 minutes of that game. Hopefully, things are better with Unana this match.
And to be fair, they don't also have Tony, and they're not the same Brentford of last year. We've seen that like from past 2, 3, 4 game weeks, Brentford is just not
But
there.
having said that, even Dia lost a few matches for United because of his goalkeeping mistakes recently. Sure, it was not in stopping in short stopping, but even through his gameplay, he has also cost a few points, a few matches to United.
Yeah, I think when Eric Ten Hag came to United, he wanted to get the philosophy of building from the back. That philosophy wasn't suited for the team which we had, especially David De Gea, because David De Gea has been Premier League's one of the best goalkeepers. He has been Manchester United's one of like I think if you take the last 5 or 10 years, the player who has won the best player of the award for Manchester United, I think majority of it has been gone to David De Gea. He had like basically held the team together through the years of David Moyes to Van Gaal to to Mourinho to like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a lot of players, and he has been the only constant. He's like a superb keeper in terms of positioning, in terms of shot stopping and reflexes, but I still feel like the club didn't do a very good decision of like cancelling his contract at the last but yeah, that's like way off the topic. But yeah, he had cost us a lot of, like I won't say a lot of but he had made some mistakes which led up to the goal. But And it would be really unfair to judge Onana based on the game sample size of around 10 matches. Because if I remember David De Gea's the performance when he came from Atletico Madrid's youth team to Manchester United, I think way back 10 years back, he had made a lot of blunders. He was getting a lot of heat from the fans, but he eventually proved his mettle and proved to be a superb goalkeeper for us. And maybe Onana is not the problem. Maybe we need to like sort out some of our gameplay, sort of build up confidence, have one or two more defenders who are more comfortable on the ball, get the injury sorted, and that will bring the best of Onana. So still there's a time to turn this around.
But De Gea was the golden glove keeper of last season. He had, I don't know, 13, 14 clean sheets, and which was the highest in the league. And replacing that with a keeper, you only expect him to get better, right? At least you will keep that much clean sheet, if not more. At least that much, and then on top of that, you want to. But I think there is one thing, something very interesting with Manchester United. If our time permits, I want to talk about it. It's like last season you were playing on counter. I see against big teams, you were just staying back. You were playing on counter. You didn't have your own. He didn't have his own players. Basically, I can say this. This season he has his own players, so he's trying to put his own philosophy. He's trying to build from the back. That's why he changed the keeper so that he can play more possession-based football. The way his philosophy is, and it's not working. With these guys, it's not working. One thing is he has a lot of injuries as well, but other thing is just they are not able to catch it. They are not able to press the team the time that they have to. 15, 20 minutes, they are always a very good team, Manchester United. But after that, they just don't have the gas to go full length. So, I think it's going to take some time to implement his maybe couple of more transfer windows. But yeah, let's see if he stays till that long. That's
I
the
think,
only.
yeah, that's true. I think maybe the team is not ready to play that kind of football confidence wise or maybe player capability wise. Last year he like tried they were like string of losses which Manchester United had when they were trying to build from the back. And after the game against Brentford, I think we played Liverpool, and Liverpool we defeated in that match. And if you see number of long passes which David De Gea did, like he didn't have to like pass to defender and like build up the game. And there was like a very big difference in what Manchester United were playing in that match. And these like the pattern which I've been noticing in Manchester United game is like Onana is passing to someone like Varane or like someone like Maguire or Lindelof. They're trying to shuffle between them. Then maybe Amrabat is dropping in, Casemiro is dropping in, Mount is dropping in. The ball goes back to Onana. To the defense is drawn out. Then Onana tries to give a long ball to someone like Garnacho, Rashford or Garnacho tries to dribble. Maybe they get the run in, do like a go to the final third, or but most of the time our wingers are just brought down and the ball again it goes on the counter attack.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. But anyways, let's start. I think we are already over the time, so let's start giving our predictions for the matches that are left, at least for the big ones. Manchester United versus Brentford. What do you think of it?
um, I'll go for 2-1 Manchester United.
Okay, Atanu.
Um, I'll also go probably 1-0 to United.
Okay.
United keep their clean
1-0.
sheet.
Also on that, I think changing a philosophy in any club is anyway going to. I mean, Pep can't go to Madrid and play total football, right? Because their fans, the philosophy is based on counter-attacking football. The fans wouldn't like it for many years to come. So no matter if you get your entire set of players, it'd still be very difficult to change the philosophy of the entire club that club has built upon for decades. So I think yeah, Ten Hag will have to do some heavy lifting there.
Brighton did it very quickly. Brighton used to play long ball football like Burnley, and they appointed Potter. Potter did his magic in 2 years. Then De Zerbi took over, and then look at the kind of football they are playing. So yeah, I mean, of course it takes time because they are not like a very good team yet. But you see the point I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, for me, I am going with 2-1 Manchester United. Okay, Burnley versus Chelsea. Uh, let's go with you. What's your
1-0 Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm not sure if they can score more than one goal.
1-0? Okay.
I'm not giving any goals to Chelsea. It's nil for me.
Nil.
I don't care if I lose this.
You know what? The only reason I gave 1-0 Chelsea because I thought because Manchester United scored 2 goals against them, so I thought maybe they'll get 1 goal. Best case scenario.
That's a fair point.
So I'll go with 1-2 to Chelsea. Okay. And Luton versus Spurs. Yeah. Okay.
We all have Son captain, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, Son is going to score a hat trick. Madison a hat trick of assist. Kodoke is going to do a solo run. So
15 nil.
3-1 or like 3-0 to Spurs.
3-0.
Come on,
Okay.
Morris, I'll
Adam?
give 1-1. I'm going 4-1 with Morris scoring 1. Son and a
Penalty or
hat-trick,
like
Madison.
have you pictured how Morris would be scoring? Like, would he score a penalty or like a header in or like dribbling in?
Penanka.
Yeah, I think it'll be a bicycle kick
Okay.
over the shoulders of Udogi.
Oh, nice. 100 points to Adanu if he gets this one right.
Before making him injured, and next week we'll talk
not
about
for me.
another injured defender.
Yeah, Tanu. So you want to go to Luton and how many to Spurs?
I'm going. Let's keep it 3.
3? 1-3? Okay. Yeah, I also think it's gonna be around 1-3 to Spurs. Okay. Yeah. So I think we are pretty much wrapped up. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. And we're gonna be back again
West Ham
next week.
versus Newcastle United. How can you miss that match?
Oh yeah, I think that's
We have 3 players from Newcastle and
Okay,
1 or
let's
2
quickly
players
do.
from West Ham.
Okay, let's do quickly do these matches as well. West Ham versus Newcastle. Tell me, what is your prediction?
It's going to be a very interesting match, but there wouldn't be too many goals. I'm assuming. So I'll go 1-0 for Newcastle.
1-0 for Newcastle. Okay. Yeah, I bet.
I'll probably. This is going to be. I think for me, this is after Arsenal versus Manchester City. This is going to be like match of the week for me. But I'll go for West Ham. Have really played well against some of the teams, but I'll still go for 2-1 to Newcastle.
2-1 to Newcastle. And I'm going to do something very opposite. And I'll say this is going to be a draw. And I'll probably give it 1-1 draw. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So we have made pretty much all the big matches that we're looking forward to for predictions. And yeah, I think we are pretty much wrapped up. So thank you so much, guys, for joining once again. And I'll see you. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Shabbat.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.